Hi, this is Rob Manning, PGA Pro from Southern California. I wanted to discuss with you the evolution of the golf setup and swing. This is why I did the website, to show you how it's evolved and how the swing has changed from the setup. Well, Bobby Jones had a traditional setup where his level hips and tilted shoulders were at the beginning of the golf swing, but he lifted his left heel to keep his left hip from dropping, and he worked his way back to impact better than anybody. But back then they lifted their left heel to help themselves turn. Now Hogan, he kept his left foot down, but so his right leg would straighten though, because when you have level hips, your left hip goes down, your right hip goes up, and that causes a little bit of imbalance in the golf swing, and his club is way past parallel because of the two crossing planes. But he was great at getting an impact position. That's why Ben Hogan was known as one of the greatest ball strikers that ever played. Now Sam Snead, he came along a little bit more advanced, and he was short of parallel at the top of his swing. His shoulder is behind his hips. His right knee staying a little bit more bent. But since his left heel came off, his left knee would flash back alone, and both knees didn't move together like the traditional players of today. Here's Arnold Palmer. He set up the traditional level hip tilted shoulder way, and he had a little bit of a straightening right leg, and he would fight to get the impact position. That's why his finish position always looked a lot different than most people, because he was fighting to get back to impact position. Now Jack Nicklaus was more advanced. He would bump his left hip to the left and make his left hip higher than his right, and his right shoulder would be a little lower than traditional Ben Hogan and Arnold Palmer type of setup. And he had an upright golf swing because his right elbow and right arm would be a little high, so people didn't follow his golf swing, but he had a beautiful high fade his whole career. Now here's the advancement of the golf swing with Tiger Woods. His setup is more traditional nowadays. This is what I teach, all the details. His hips are tilted, his shoulders are tilted, his spine is tilted. Got him to a great top of the swing, as you see. But Tiger doesn't work his legs underneath like some of the modern players. That's why he comes a little bit over the top, and he moves his head up and down. He has a few things to work on, but he's doing a great job with his golf swing. Now here's the advanced players. From the olden players of Hogan, Palmer, Nicklaus, and Snead, now you have the modern players. Here's Brandt Snedeker in a great dress position, or setup. His body is tilted, his left hip is higher than his right, his left shoulder is higher than his right, his spine is tilted behind the ball, so he has a beautiful swing position where he could get to the top of the swing just like Nick Watney does, where his shoulder's behind his level hips now, and look at the way they keep their left heel down, and the club is short of parallel because the two planes work together. When you have the hips going from tilted to level like these modern players do, their shoulders and their hip turn work together to cause the two planes in and up, and that's why they're in a compact position. They all look alike nowadays. Adam Scott, Nick Watney, Rory McIlroy, Brandt Snedeker, they have very little difference in their golf swing now. And you have McIlroy showing impact position, which is just like the address position, where his right shoulder is lower than his left, his right hip is lower than his left, and Rory moves both his knees underneath, not like Sam Snead moving one knee. He moves both his knees to get to impact position, and the first heel that comes off in the modern golf swing is the right heel that comes off through the turn. So order the correctgolfsetup.com right now and learn all the details of the modern players. I teach the modern golf swing, and I'll show you a little bit of the old, but when you come to me with a setup that looks like the older players, I will fix it to be the modern player.